What's up, everybody? I've got some landers and lander add-ons for you guys. I want to show you. I've been working on this if you've been following along, and here we are. We are finally into production. I don't know if you guys can hear the machine. I've got the mic set up. It's supposed to have some sort of noise canceling. I don't know. But lander 1 here with the liner lock and a backspacer with some jimping and a lanyard hole. That's about all these things are missing. For the most part, these, I mean, for the price, lander 1, it's hard to beat. It is stinking hard to beat. So lander 3, you've got the clutch lock, axis lock, whatever you want to call it, lock bar. It's got all kind of different flavors, depending on if it's Kaiser's, you know, coming from here, there, wherever. I'm just now realizing that thing is kind of loose. Yeah. Much better. Oh. But what I'm making is these little backspacers. If you guys saw it the other day, this is where I was with the lander 1, and I got in. I was like, you know, let's make a couple. Made 5 or 6. And I thought to myself, let's see if this fits lander 3, because I've messed with the CAD file on this quite a bit because I make these scales. And I thought, you know, I wonder if these holes will line up and be pretty dang close to this one. And it did. But, big butts, cannot lie. So the blade touches that. Now, if it's just sitting there, it's fine. But now you pinch it a little bit, because there's always a little wiggle. I mean, everything bends with enough force, right? Yeah, but that was touching, and I don't remember which one it was. It was one of these, maybe not, but it left a little tiny mark on the inside. So I said, okay, all right, we're not done. So this is what I came up with. We had, and this is Ultim, just some nice, cool, heavy-duty plastic, but we've added one more jump, if you will, jump. What is the plural and singular of a jimping? But also kind of fix some of the profile on the outside to fit both of these pretty good. So I'm trying to follow this contour. Can't do much over here. I've got to stay out of the way of the swing of the blade. So there's that. But this lanyard hole is more than large enough to fit a piece or two, if you will, 550 paracord, and of course obviously 275 because it's much smaller. But now I'm happy. Now I'm super stoked because I have one part that fits 2 knives, and it fits it perfectly. I mean, there's no compromise on the 1 or the 3 in doing this that I found. I mean, because they've kind of obviously taking this drawing or CAD file of the 1 and just added an axis lock and maybe a few other things, taking away the scale screws, bolts. Everything else is kind of the same. I mean, scales don't match because of, like I just said. But inside wise, man, hey, this backside is just fine. So these both fit. We're making parts over there. We're doing tool changes. I hope it's not too loud for you. We'll do some post edits if it is. I've got some engraving on the Ultim. I'll end up doing some engraving, but I'm going to laser engrave the titanium ones. And because my laser engraving tools that are on that mill are going to wear out really quickly with a teeny tiny tool that I'm running here. I think that's maybe a 3-thou 60-degree chamfer mill, engraving mill, and if I run that in titanium, I might get a couple of these parts and I'm going to have to throw it because it's going to dull pretty quick. Just the nature of the beast. It's titanium, it's mean, but I can laser engrave this all day and not change anything. I'm not a big, if you've seen some of my other products, I'm not a big branding Nazi, if you will. I don't put logos on everything. There's some products I have no branding on whatsoever, but I like the idea of at least having a brand on the inside of the knife. You're never going to see it unless You install it, take it off, and it's in there. So that's where I'm at. I like the longer jimping. The only thing I could find that's similar to this is the slip snap in the entire, you know, it runs the entire length of the back, but it doesn't have a lanyard hole. Nothing I've found adds a lanyard hole to the landers. Now comes the question of lanyard 2. It's a little different, right? The holes are a little separate. I do have, I think, one of these, maybe this one, or I don't recall. I had some of these I was prototyping for the lanyard 2 out on the little plastic squeezer, and I'll have those. I just started at 1, right? I mean, we started at number 1, 2, 3, 4, but it just so happened that I could skip 2 and knock 2 birds, 1 stone. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'll get on that number 2 here pretty quick, but we are production right now on this one. Here, I'll show you. Check this out. I think it's got another minute or 2. I hear some roughing. What's up, dude? Are you keeping an eye on the machine? Huh? What's up, Whiskey? He's got his bone pile over here. He's keeping an eye on things for me, man. So this is where I'm at. There's some parts that are over there that, you know, would go in here. But we're here. And yeah, we're still roughing. That's a 1/4 inch roughing tool. So I think we are doing some clearing. And we should be getting close to contouring, and that thing will be done. I'll move it from back there to the forward position where it is in the soft gel, and do a second up and finish it. So it's a pretty simple part, really. When it comes to this kind of milling, you're going to finish, or I do one side, and it's in kind of a, I forgot which, it's in some teeth type jaw material. So when I make it, there's a large top hat on the bottom. You flip it, finish it, cut the top hat off, and yeah, finish, chamfer, do all that fun stuff. Ta-da! That's right off the mill, and then we'll blast, tumble, anodize, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, that's where we're at, man. Making parts on the old brother, old TC22A, man. This thing is awesome. It's only 25 years young, and it just makes parts. Yeah. I didn't set this up, like I was saying, I didn't set it up on my 0-point plates, the fixturing that I've got set up in here, because I was kind of still prototyping, because this is what I made of some of the first iterations that only fit the Lander 1, and hey, I had some good foresight on that, because I kind of stopped it, kind of we did tool change. Ah, you missed it. See, it's that quick. It's a 1 second tool changer. But I did make some, and then I stopped, and now we're doing parts for Lander 1 and 3. Yeah, we're onesie twosie, but I'm just going to make a small batch here, and then we'll figure something out. We'll do it. Yeah. If these are fun and people like them, then we'll make a bunch of them. But if they just kind of, you know, stagnate, sell one a month, and I'm not going to make that many of them. Who likes Kaiser knives? This is, I've got, oh, just put a hole in my glove. Yeah. I got this on accident. I meant to get a different one that has scales, because I'm making scales. I wanted another knife to make scales. I don't know why. I was on Whatnot and got a little excited and was talking with, oh man, shoot. Forgot his name, over at Blade Runner. He had this one in stock. You know, they cut deals, man. And I got it. But I've already anodized one side and tumbled it. I kind of like it. And I'll do the other side, and I'm going to turn around and sell it. So it'll basically be a new customized version. I'll do the clip. I'll do something with that. And I'll, yeah, send this down the road to somebody else, because I don't need another frame lock titanium knife. I've already got a couple. I do like it. It's all right. It's got a few flaws to it. The front flipper, I'm not a big fan of it. Obviously, you know, with gloves, it's kind of, but gotta be careful. And the thumb is not, I got a big thumb, I guess. And I do really like the clip set up here. This design, I don't know where this came from, but this is cool. It's an ambidextrous clip, but I mean, aside from a slight coloration there, you wouldn't know it's there. And I like this. So, and if you want to swap it, you just take it apart, flip it, ta-da. So, really cool knife. I do like the pattern. Yeah, it's not quite as grippy as some of mine because I put a pretty heavy mill, pretty heavy depth on that. But yeah, hey, we're done. So that's where we're at, and that's what I was talking about. So we're doing these Mighty Bite grippers. Grips just like 60 thou, I think, or 50 thou of your part, of the stock material. And then if you buy material that is thick enough, you can basically mill the entire one, I guess, you know, I'm trying to think of dimensions here, but it's literally all 5 sides, and the only thing I have to do is the 6th side, the top. And I'm talking square, right? 6 sides cube, but it's sitting proud. It's actually sitting up, there's the part plus some material. So when I cut it, and I cut that top off, I cut into the other part, and everything's gone. It's finished, clean, and it's a 2-operation situation, and that's why I like it, man. So I gotta make sure it's sitting flat and flush. Got my little soft jaw over here. I know I'm sitting off center here. I'm not squishing a whole lot of pressure here because it's soft jaws, because it's a tiny part. So, you know, and comment on that if you will. I know some of the machinists out there are sacrilegious about some of that kind of crap, but this is 4-inch vise. I'm not putting a whole lot of force on that thing. All right? Okay. Give it a little smack. Shut the door. And I'm running a DNS up here, so bear with me. And we'll run second off. There. We're tape feeding a 25-year-old machine. And this 25-year-old machine does 1 second, give or take, tool changes. There you go. I've actually got it slowed down. I slowed this thing down. I went into some of the parameters, slowed it down a little because, yeah, it gets fast, man. So, yeah, it's 25 years old. I'm trying to be nice to it, you know? Okay, that's where I'm at. Got any questions? You got a knife you want me to make parts for? You like it? You hate it? Leave me a comment. I want to know. I'm just some guy just hanging out in the shop with his dog, and this is what I do. I mean, I do this for fun, and I do this for a living, and I'm just having a good time. But then again, I don't need to, you know, be over here just spinning my wheels for nothing. And you know, if I'm gonna make parts, I want them to sell, because I got a family to feed. And yeah, there you go. That's where we're at, guys. All right, thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging out with me. Talk to you later.